Hello, and welcome to 97.9 Unity Radio, the best sports talk show for mixed martial arts in all of Worcester and pretty much all of central Massachusetts, the 508. Coming to you, the MMA Report. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. And with me, as always, my cohort, my Robin to my Batman. All he does is he didn't like that comment.
Dude, it was Batman. It's me.
I know you're Batman. I know. Dave thinks you're Batman too. So, all he does, he trains and he teaches class, and then he beats ass. He just beats it. He just pounds it into the ground. And unfortunately, he's leaving for Oklahoma for a couple days, so he won't be training and beating ass on Thanksgiving. So he'll get it.
I have a spy train at Oklahoma, mostly just jiu-jitsu. But
Okay.
shout out to Bible Jiu-Jitsu in Eufaula, Oklahoma. I will see you guys next week, and we will beat each other up and choke each other. It's gonna be beautiful.
That's great. You're gonna beat each other up and choke each other. That's the good relationship that you have.
We are in the joint destruction and suffocation business.
That's true. No, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
The joint destruction and suffocation business.
Yeah, you're right.
American Jiu-Jitsu coming soon.
Okay. So we have a big weekend for the PFL. The finals were announced kind of abruptly, but they were announced, and it's happening this weekend. So the season will officially come to an end. But the big news coming out of, I guess, UFC and MMA. What?
The MMA world.
The MMA world. Okay. The big news coming out of the MMA world is the Irish civil jury finds Conor McGregor liable for sexual assault. I should not be laughing, but so a jury ruled in favor of a woman who accused McGregor of sexually assaulting her in a hotel room in December of 2018. Yeah. So that's interesting because of the statute of limitations. That's quite a long time.
So, Steve, we touched on this a little bit pre-show, but neither you nor I have to have my cohort, Tom the Tank Egan, the first Irishman to ever fight in the UFC, even before Conor McGregor, have him come on and explain to us these funky laws and courts in Ireland. In Ireland.
I agree. I agree.
They don't have freedom of speech. They don't have
they don't.
They don't have freedom of speech the way we do.
Okay.
In London, talking about the no bail and people getting jailed for social media posts. It is wild now. So I don't know what the burden of proof or what the benchmarks are as far as civil versus criminal, as well as what the guidelines are for sentencing and conviction.
Okay, so the good part is if you're convicted civilly, you don't go to jail. It's not criminal. When you go to civil court, it's all about money. So basically he was sued for money, and he's going to have to pay this woman 248,000 euros, or around $257,000. That was the award. The jury had
down bad against the dollar now.
Which I was shocked at too, because I remember when you and I played in NFL Europe, the euro was way more expensive, worth more than the dollar.
Euro's like 170 to like 187.
Yeah.
1 euro, like it was like 187 US. Man.
Yeah, now it's down. Yeah. But
Okay, so
the jury deliberated on this case since last Thursday.
okay,
McGregor denied the accusations. He said he had consensual sex with the accuser.
yeah.
But see, the thing that gets me is he's not facing any criminal charges from
Yeah.
the incident.
Hey,
So if it had been as violent and as bad as she had said that it was, I would think that they would charge him criminally for something.
so
So that's what confuses me.
this tells you a couple things. I know if certain people see what I got to say, podcast after my rate text calls later, but I don't care because there's a burden of proof. Like you and I don't know what the burden of proof is for both an Irish criminal court, a UK criminal court, a UK civil court, and Irish civil court. The standards are going to be different. When that being said, I've, done I would say not a really deep dive, but I've gone through a lot of the press and a lot of when I say the press, the evidence that was actually presented. In, so there are certain things that really stand out about this. To me, the
I agree.
biggest thing, one, and I'm going to be going back and forth along the timeline here.
Okay.
But and I'll take my glasses off for this one because you guys can see my eyes with this. One of the biggest things that stood out to me in this was that after the alleged assault occurred, there is feeling of the accuser with McGregor elevator, they are in the theater, huddling like arm in arm with Conor McGregor, being very loved up and
All right.
what exactly the burden of proof is as far as the Irish Civil Court, Irish Criminal Court, UK Civil Court, and UK Criminal Court, because I'm not sure exactly where the jurisdiction lies there. With that being said, there's video surveillance time stamped after the alleged assault occurred with it's in an elevator
With him
where
and
the
her?
what?
With he and the accuser?
Yes, the accuser with Connor cuddling
Oh.
up on him, like slipping an arm around him, kissing on his neck, kissing on his face. Like I very much like I'm not here to victim blame. I am not here to say that women are lying uh, when they make a statement of an assault occurring. But it's very
Yeah.
unlikely that after this violent rape that she alleged took place, that after that that she would be like so warm and cozy and loving towards Mr. McGregor.
Well, I
Like
know a lot of times they're in shock afterwards.
that's not shock. Like shock
But
is you're
yeah, you're numb. I get
introverted
it.
and you
Yes.
don't want like you're just
Yeah.
numb.
Yeah. I
Not
agree.
she was like
Yeah.
outwardly being affectionate towards Conor McGregor after the alleged assault takes place. Now, everyone reacts different. Different people do different things. But I find it highly unlikely that she'd be that affectionate towards Mr. McGregor after he had so violently assaulted her.
Yeah, apparently the woman, she met McGregor at a Christmas party in Dublin She accused him of forcing her onto a bed, choking her, making her fear for her life. A paramedic who treated the woman's injuries the next morning told the courtroom he had never seen such intense bruising on a victim. Now, McGregor, on the other hand, said that the sex was athletic and vigorous, but not rough. And he said that she never said no or stopped, and testified everything she was saying was a lie. It's a full-blown lie among many lies, he said when asked about the chokehold allegation.
So, there's a couple of things there. One, if Connor wanted to assault her and wanted to choke her, she would have been conscious for more than 30 seconds. Like
That's yes, yeah.
I'm sorry, but I know we talk shit about Connor's grappling. Connor's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under his coach, not Owen Roddy. I can't remember Connor's coach's name right now. John Hathaway. So there's a black belt under John Hathaway. Conor McGregor is a legitimate black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's just like most purple, like an accomplished blue belt or purple belt could put that woman to sleep in seconds. Now, I do not believe Connor when he is saying that the sex was not rough.
I'm sure they got after it. I don't doubt that.
I'm sure the words "choke me harder" came out of her mouth.
Well, what's interesting, and I'm not sure how to take this. She apparently said he told her after all this, now you know how I felt in the octagon where I tapped out 3 times, referring to the UFC where he had to admit defeat, she said. I can't picture him saying that to her during a sexual encounter.
So one thing about Conor McGregor is, especially in like this most recent incarnation that we've seen of him, living this partying, flamboyant lifestyle.
Correct. Yes.
I don't see him revealing to a woman he met, then cheated on his wife with that night.
He did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you know how I felt. Connor's not one to talk about his defeat. He's not one to show weakness. He's a very boastful, prideful person. So I doubt he's going to. I mean, all signs point, especially with the video surveillance, I've already pointed out that she's being a little less than truthful. But I find that statement the least likely to have taken place.
That's what I said when I read that statement. Like, I cannot picture him saying that. And then McGregor's lawyer basically thought the jurors had a bias against him, and he said, you may have an active dislike of him. Some of you may even loathe him. There is no point in pretending that the situation might be otherwise. I'm not asking you to invite him to Sunday brunch. I'm asking you to treat him fairly and with perspective.
Absolutely.
And I don't know that happened.
I tend to agree.
And Tyler, the jury was made up of 8 women and 4 men.
So again, as this was a civil case, and we don't know. Yeah. Again, like you and I are not Irish or United Kingdom legal experts, but as it was a civil jury, it doesn't need. I assume it doesn't need to be a unanimous verdict. It probably just needs to be a majority.
No, civils do have to be a majority. I mean, a unanimous. It does have to be unanimous.
But is that UK standards or Irish standards for
Yeah,
American standards.
yeah. They have to be unanimous.
Right.
They have to be 100% unanimous. But if they deliberated since Thursday, you got to think Thursday, Friday. They're off Saturday, Sunday. It's Monday now, Tuesday. They get in there, and a lot of times what happens is they'll take a preliminary vote, and
Yeah.
it could be 6-6 or 8-4, and then they argue their cases, and people who may have been supportive of McGregor are saying to themselves, well, Thanksgiving is right around the corner, I want to get this over with, I'm just going to side with the majority here.
Yeah.
So it's
And
unanimous and not a mistrial.
exactly. And another thing that goes along with
But
that
that's
another thing that goes along with that public perception that I was referring to, it's very difficult for both the way Carter's behaved in public and the way he's been portrayed in public, portrayed as behaving in public. Because we're seeing it through a slanted lens of the media. Now,
yeah, yes.
if he's been portrayed a certain way, whether but he's been either way, whether it's genuine or like skewed, he's been portrayed a certain way in the media,
He has, yeah.
especially in Ireland where he's coming off losses, and a lot of Irish people are fed up with him. It's very hard for him
Are you
as a public
serious?
person. Oh yeah, very serious. He's very it's
He's
very different.
disliked in Ireland?
I don't know if he's disliked, but the public's grown a little weary of his antics.
Wow. Okay.
So
I did not know that.
with
I did
that
not
being
know that.
said, either way, whether you're looking at, he's a very, very public person. It's gonna be
Yeah.
very hard for him to get a non-biased jury.
Jury. Yes.
And
Yeah.
listen, again, I'm not victim blaming, but I am pointing out human proclivity. He hates
Tyler, did
women.
you actually see the video of the elevator
Yes,
exchange? Oh, so
yes,
you saw it.
yes.
So you could actually clearly see her put her arm around him, and they
No,
embraced.
like he's
There was
he's kind of against the wall, standing in the like, and she like slides her arm around the small of his back, hugs up on him, kissing on his neck, things like that, dude.
oh, she showed no signs of like distress or anything.
Exactly.
Open
No,
distress.
no, she did. She post
That's
post
interesting.
post coitus, post alleged assault. She
Yes.
showed no signs of anger, fear, shock. She
Wow.
seemed very easygoing,
Well,
very
and
docile.
I don't think she went to the police either, which also doesn't make sense to me. If you just got sexually assaulted and violently choked, um, and you didn't go to the police, I mean, maybe I don't know the whole story. If she went to the
Yeah. No,
hospital,
Steve, that's fair. Also, I don't want to seem biased, so, because I don't want to seem like super pro McGregor, because there's
well,
no way
your
Carter did
toxic
that. But when,
masculinity. I know
what's that?
your toxic masculinity.
No, but like, the point I'm trying to make there is, let's like look at it the other way. I mean, let's say that something did happen. She was in shock. I mean, different people react different ways. It's
Yes,
just,
yes,
I'm not saying it's not possible for her to just go into shock and act like everything's normal, but it's just highly unlikely.
yeah. No,
Again, like,
yeah.
and like as far as, and like I'm gonna play the other side here.
For her behavior afterwards,
As far
yes.
as like not reporting it to the police, a lot of victims are afraid to go to the police.
No, they
Like
are. They
that's
are.
a very real thing. And Connor's super like he's not just a celebrity. He's a super celebrity. He's a mega celebrity. So that could have played into her decision not go to the police. Like these are all real possibilities. We can't just dismiss them because we like Connor. But with that being said, her behavior on videotape so soon after the alleged assault took place just paints the picture of being highly unlikely that the assault took place. I mean,
Right.
again, there's other factors in play here. Maybe she was in shock, scared, current celebrity status. There are those things to consider. But I think it's a lot more likely that she had a wild night with McGregor, realized how much she was worth, and thought, I could squeeze high six figures, low seven figures out of Connor, out of a jerk. She probably thought she had a settlement. And Connor, being Connor, said, F this,
He
I'm going to
did.
fight it.
He did. He did. He said F this and it went to court.
Yeah.
So that's how it happened. And to be honest, I mean, he's going to pay $250,000. He appealed, so we don't know what's going to happen with that.
Bro, the one thing I'll say about that aspect of it, this goes to prove Conor McGregor is a principled person because,
Yeah, he could have settled.
all right, 500,000, like basically it's 500, like 500 or 600,000 American. That is nothing.
No, it's
Conor McGregor.
250,000 American.
That is, oh yeah, because we were talking about the exchange rate.
Yeah.
That is chump change.
Yeah, it's
Conor
nothing.
McGregor.
Yeah.
That is a weekend bender.
He spent more in lawyers' fees than he will on the settlement.
That is
Yeah.
that's a weekend bender and a visa for Conor McGregor. Like,
yeah, no, I agree.
It's
It's
not
just
about the money. It's about the principle for him.
He really strongly believed he didn't do anything wrong. He defended himself. He went to court. He lost, and now he either pays, wins the appeal, and moves on with his life. It's just another chapter with him. He's an odd cat.
I mean, I really feel for his wife because, by all accounts,
yeah, I didn't know that it was a
amazing woman. Like, she's shown herself to be an amazing woman. The way she supported him, the way she's a great mom, like, and the way she represents Connor. Like, she's done nothing but make Conor McGregor look like $900 million as opposed to the 500 million or 100 billion. Like, she makes Conor McGregor look like a good man, which by all accounts he isn't really. And like,
no, I mean, I still think to this day when he threw the dolly through the bus that he should have never fought again in UFC.
Bullshit.
That was
bullshit.
Dude, I'm telling you. Ray Rice punched his wife and never played in the NFL again.
Listen. Ray, what's you're talking about the Ravens running back, right?
Yeah.
He and his wife. No, actually he did. I think it was his girlfriend. He also
they got married after.
He slammed her onto a bed of guns. What was his name again?
It was Ray Rice. It was in an elevator at a casino. He smacked the crap out of her.
Ray Rice is, my opinion, the biggest piece of shit ever in professional sports.
Really? Wow. So you think Ray Rice deserved the death penalty?
Yes, I do.
And he never took never carry in the NFL.
The crime was absolutely horrific. He got everything he deserved. F. Ray Rice. Ray Rice is a garbage human being that went to a garbage college that deserved to.
You had to throw that in there.
Deserved to be blacklisted from life. Like F. Ray Rice.
Okay. Listen, I didn't know you felt that strongly about Ray Rice, but okay.
Conor McGregor.
A chokehold. A chokehold.
What?
A chokehold isn't worse than a slap. I mean,
he did. A
chokehold can kill you.
I don't think a slap. Ray Rice did slap a woman. He beat the ass. He beat the shit out of her.
No. He slapped her once.
He did more than that. Did you?
I think he picked her up afterwards. But
shut up, dude. Have you seen? No, shut up.
I've seen the elevator video. Yes.
Have you seen the crime scene photos? He beat the ass out of her, and he picked her up and slammed her onto a bed covered in guns.
No,
Ray
no, no,
Rice
no, no. You're
did
not thinking. That's not him. He
not
didn't.
not to mention the overhand right. It
He
wasn't a
didn't slam
slap.
her onto a bed of guns. He slapped her in an elevator at a
No,
casino.
see, he did not. Okay, I was actually no. Who I was thinking of, the bed of guns was actually Greg Hardy. So
Oh, Greg Hardy. Yes,
I
yes.
said
Greg
correctly.
Hardy did. Yes.
Ray Rice did just slap her. He threw a
He.
from hell overhand right
Well, it
and
wasn't a fist.
floored her.
Listen,
Then
I'm not.
dragged
I'm
her
not defending him.
unconscious body
I'm
out of
not
the
defend. Yes,
dragged
he
her
did.
unconscious body
He
out of the
did. Yes.
elevator and back
Yes.
to the room.
He
That
did.
was
He
dude,
did.
that
Yes.
was an ungodly punch.
But
F. Ray Rice, F. Greg Hardy, those guys are the biggest pieces of shit to ever play in the
I
NFL.
agree with you. But my point is, if Ray Rice did that, Greg Hardy did that. Greg Hardy got a second chance.
No, he
Conor
did.
McGregor. I mean, Greg
Greg
Hardy.
Hardy
Yeah,
didn't play the NFL again. He fought
he
the
got
UFC
picked. He
after
got
that.
picked up by the Cowboys. After he got cut, he played 1 year with
Oh,
the
did
Cowboys.
he? Yeah,
Yeah.
he was with the Panthers actually.
Yes, and the Panthers cut him when that happened. The Cowboys took a flyer on him for a year. That was it. They cut him, and then he went into MMA. But he got
Okay.
a second chance. McGregor has done a lot of things, and UFC still takes him back. Like I think if you,
Fighting is a dirty business, number one.
it
Number
is.
two.
Yep,
Number
it is.
two. This is a civil matter. This was never a criminal
It
matter.
wasn't. It
And
wasn't. No.
and lack of physical evidence and
Well,
hearsay, as well as a civil jury, not a criminal jury,
well, that
and
doesn't make a difference. I
it's
mean,
all hearsay. Like
yeah, it is.
I am not victim.
He
I
said,
am
she said.
I
That's
am
all it is.
not victim blaming,
Yeah.
but her story doesn't hold a lot of water.
All right. So we are going to transition now to the PFL Fight Championships. This is the end of the season. It is November 29th in Saudi Arabia. And boy, is it a stacked card. And what's interesting to me is they're starting with the heavyweight championship. The PFL heavyweight championship is the first bout of the night. And this is our guy, Dennis Goltsov. He was 3-0 this year. He's 35-8 overall. He is the Russian Bogatar. He's 34, 6'5", 247. And he has been 3-0, 3-1. He lost last year's championship, 2-0, 2-1, and 3-1. And he's performed very well in the PFL. And then Oleg Popov, he's the guy that is 19-1, and he's 3-0 on the year. He's 6'1", 247. This was his first year in the PFL, and he went 3-0. What do you see in this fight? Because they're both Russians. I just think Goltslav with his size.
Like over the week. I didn't do exactly a deep dive, but like one of the things we do that we have at the facility here at UFC gym in Boston, we have continuously big screen TV up front. We're always playing fight clips, like all sorts of jiu-jitsu and MMA fight clips. So I was just doing some marketing, doing some sales, and I said I'm gonna like have in the background. I'm gonna do a PFL deep dive. So I put the PFL like there's a channel on YouTube that just plays all the old PFL fights. There's one from the season. So obviously I put it on, and I was looking for Golslav and Popov.
I watched most of the season too, as well. Yes, it was very enjoyable.
They actually look pretty similar, but I'm just looking at it. Okay, yeah, I'm going with Popov just because
he's 19-1, and he's the striker.
So there's a couple things about Popov. A, very true to some of the best men ever to come out of Russia. He looks like the guy that shows up when your septic system backs up. You gotta call the plumber. Like he looks like that
Yeah,
guy.
he doesn't have. Yeah, he doesn't have the
He
body. I
looks
get that.
he he looks like that guy.
He
But
does. He's got a little belly. Yep.
let me tell you, great striker number one.
But isn't
Dude,
Goldslav the better wrestler?
probably, but
Yeah.
Popov can wrestle. Like watching his fights, he can wrestle. Watching his striking, he did things very unique to Russian fighters. He throws something called a casting punch, very common among the fighters with a sambo background. The way it goes is they punch, they throw real wide. They get their shoulder in front, and the fist kind of trails behind. It creates like a whipping effect, and
Right.
boom, you hit these really big hooks from all sorts of crazy angles. So his straight striking, his kicks seem very precise to very precise. His casting punch is a thing of beauty, though. His striking, just watching his fights, I got a very Fedor Emelianenko kind of feel to his
Wow,
striking.
that's a big comparison right there. Wow.
So, I mean, I'm not gonna say always Fedor, but his style of fighting is fairly similar to Fedor Emelianenko. I haven't seen as much of his ground game, but that strike game and that beautiful casting punch, um, and the fact that much like some of the best heavyweights ever come out of Russia, Fedor Emelianenko, Sergey Karatanov, he looks like you're effing plumber, bro. Like
But he's gonna knock the
I
hell out of
just
you.
I'm very impressed with him, his skill set, and also similar to Fedor Emelianenko, his expression never changes. He brings stoic to a
Right.
level. Brings
So
stoic to a new level.
is it a knockout in the third round?
Tell you what, Steve, you kind of just took the thought right out of my head. I'd say like second, third. I'd probably say
Yeah.
third round knockout.
I
Because
I
I
wasn't
don't want to
sure.
take I don't want to take anything away from Goldslav because Goldslav's been super impressive, but
Yes.
he's in both his striking and wrestling. He seems almost Americanized.
Yes. Yes.
He's got a very nice forward pressure kind of style, and his strikes are precise. He's rangier, but
Yep, he's longer, right?
I think Popov or Golsov rather is gonna be able to get inside his range and hit
Right.
those casting punches. It's gonna be a problem for
Now,
Popov.
Tyler, are all these fights 5 rounds because
Yeah,
they're champion? Okay.
I
All right.
believe so.
I believe they are too. I was just double checking. The next fight is the PFL Lightweight Championship with your favorite, Brett Primus versus Godzi. I'm not going to try to say his last name again. They're both 3-0 coming into this. Primus is 15-3-0, and Godzi's 23-4-2. Brett Brent is 5'10, Godsy's 5'8, and they're both 155. They're both 3-0 on the year.
Yeah.
So for the lightweight championship. But Godsey, Godsey was I mean, I've watched him and he just has a high motor. Like I've just seen him with a high motor. He just keeps coming. This is his second season in the PFL. He didn't do well actually, he fought in 2019 in the PFL, and this is his first time back. He didn't do well in 2019, but he got it together this year. He's only 31 years old, so he may bring it. And Primus, 15-3, but he's older. He's 39.
Yeah.
And this is also his first, as we talked about, his first season in the PFL.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if he cost you money or you won money.
He cost me money.
He cost you money. That's what it was. So what do you see here?
All right, so you look at Ghazi's. You look at Rabanov, Ghazi Rabanov, 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 Rabanov. You look at
Rabanov.
Ghazi's resume. Former lightweight in Eagle Fight Championships, Khabib's promotion. He won a gold medal in the
Oh,
2015 MMA World Championships, which I remember this. It was basically just like amateur MMA fights, the best amateurs from around the world. So there's that. Also, Master of Sport in Mixed Martial Arts in Prague.
I
He
just love his
was a
energy.
no was a bronze medalist in the World Combat Sambo Championships.
Wow.
Very pretty solid resume.
No, I agree.
31 years old from Dagestan. Like this is and also Southpaw. He is
Right, right.
one tough customer.
Yeah, he's just high energy, high
Yeah,
motor.
yeah,
He's got quick hands, and I just, Brent's older.
yeah,
He God bless him. He's went on a run, going 3-0. I just think the Cinderella story comes to an end here.
yeah. And
Godzi,
you know,
Godzi knocks him out.
look at Godzi. Um, his last win versus Michael Dufort, the gentleman that choked out that bum Luis Pena.
Yeah,
Forget just that jerk off of a bum.
right,
Uh,
right.
um. So the one thing that I think is a bit of an X factor here. Well, there's two things that really stand out to me. One, Brent Primus has had a much tougher strength of schedule. He's fought much
Yes,
tougher
yes. To get
opponents.
here, yes,
Like Michael Dufort is the biggest name that Godzi's beaten. Well, I think that he beat Bobby Green back in the day. Back in 2022, he beat Bobby Green. Bobby Green's a bad man. But
right,
again, he beat Steven Seiler. He also beat Steven Seiler in 2019. Those are his biggest wins.
right.
Brent Primus, so doesn't hasn't fought really tough opponents. Brent Primus, though, his run last 5 years in Bellator, he's fought a who's who in the
Yeah,
lightweight division. He's
yes,
fought, I believe, Eddie Alvarez. He's fought the Underground King. What's his name? The guy that Connor beat for the lightweight, Eddie Alvarez. He's
right.
fought his last fight. Yeah, what's the guy he beat his last fight? Michael Chandler. He had wars
Yeah, yeah.
with
That's
Michael
right.
Chandler.
He did.
So I think I tend to lean towards Ghazi to Rabadnov, but the one thing that really stands out to me is the strength schedule, where Brett
Yeah,
Primus has fought who's who of
in the
fighters
season,
of
correct.
the top fighters of the world that
Yes,
weren't in the UFC, guys who are top five, top 10 in the UFC now.
right.
And another X factor. Brett Primus is a mutant to be competing at the level he is
At
at
his age, yeah.
39 years old. I mean, some of it's probably drugs, but a lot of it's talent and genetics.
So,
No,
I'm still predicting Godzi. Are you still going with Godzi?
I'll go with Brett Primus.
Really?
Yeah, I'll go with
Okay.
Brett Primus on this
All
one.
right. All right. You're going with Brett Primus. Is it a knockout decision?
I would
If if,
either
if
either
Primus
like
wins, I think it'll be
either
a
a late
decision.
either a late knockout or a decision.
Okay. The PFL welterweight championship. This is going to be a barn burner. Um, Shamil Musav, 19-0. He is the silent assassin. He has been fun to
There.
watch
Yes,
all
yeah.
season. Out of Russia, he's only 30 years old. This is his first year in the PFL. He went 3-0, and he is fighting against Magomed Yumalatov, who is 17-0. and he's the Prince. This could be the fight of the night. Two undefeated guys.
Yeah.
Two undefeated guys. He's from Russia, but he's fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, whereas Shamil is fighting from out of Russia. So I just man, I really like Magomed. I just from watching him, he again, the energy, the intensity, he's all over you. He's like a spider monkey. He's all over you. The pace that he goes with.
No, they're both undefeated, but just now glancing at their list of opponents, Godzi, I can't pronounce any of the names on his list of opponents. Number one, number two. With that being said, there's not one recognizable name on his list of opponents. Then we go over to Magomed. Magomed has wins over Nyman Gracie, Brennan Ward, Andre Korzakov.
Okay. So again, you're right.
And that's his last 3 fights.
Yeah, so, Gracie, I remember.
Perspective, Nyman Gracie, top 5, top 10 Bellator for years. I fought a card in Bellator where Nyman was fighting his first fight for Bellator back in 2016. Nyman is a G. Nyman is a name. Nyman is a tough fight, tough night for anyone. Brennan Ward.
I just remember the Gracie fight was great.
By far, Brennan awesome. Ward. By far, talent-wise, one of the best fighters I've ever seen. Intensity-wise, one of the best fighters I've ever seen. One of the top fighters to ever come out of New England, and possibly the top fighter to ever come out of Connecticut. Stud.
Yeah.
Stud.
Yeah.
Stud.
Yeah. So
Andre Korzakov, former Bellator middleweight champion, Bellator season winner, Russian, just an absolute nightmare of a fighter, and that is Magomed's last 3 fights. It's not even a question. Magomed, knockout, first 2 rounds.
I'm with you on that. I like Magomed as well.
Yeah.
I like Magomed as well. All right. The next fight is the light heavyweight championship. Our boy Impa versus the other guy whose name I can't say. Dovlejian Yamayurov. He's 24-7. He's the Wolfhound. And he is 3-0 on the year, 24-7 overall. And Impa, who I was very impressed with, he's 18-4. And he was 3-0 this season. He is 30 years old. And this is his second season in PFL. He's 6-0. He's undefeated in PFL. 18-4 overall, fighting out of Fort Lauderdale. Impa, I just, again, the pacing, the stamina, the endurance that he has, I think just overwhelms the guy from Ukraine.
Like, Steve, usually I can feel the name out and figure it out, but
I got nothing here. Dovletzan. So I
think that's pronounced
Yakshamorov. Yakshamorov.
I got it. Dovletzan.
Yakshamorov.
Okay. Dovletzan. Yakshamuradov.
Okay.
Yakshamuradov.
Okay. But again, I like Impa. I think Impa's a future star. I've seen him fight twice.
So Impa's looked great. looking at Dovletzon's resume here, best win versus Rafael Carvalho back in 2022 in Bellator. He lost to Carl Albertson, who I met in Japan, fought with him, fought the same card as him in Japan. Very good fighter. Also lost to Corey Anderson, who Bellator stole from the UFC. The UFC didn't really want him, but Corey was on the same season as the Ultimate Fighter I was. Corey is, and he was the boogeyman of that season. No one could beat Corey. Corey is an absolute animal, Jersey boy. So, I mean, listen to him talk is like nails on a chalkboard, and like I don't want to talk ass about him because bad. He is a superlative fighter, a bad MFer, but bro, you could present better on so many levels. And like honestly, I'm not gonna talk shit because A, my shit talking is brutal, and B, I don't want him bad me trying to like I ever come across him and I'm in the media or if I fight like I just don't want to be on his bad side because that man can fight at a masterful level. PR, um, his like it factor -17. Like he can't really. He speaks crappy. He talks crappy. His lifestyle, while he's a good man, lives a clean life, but let's just say several quality of things could be higher in his life, if you know what I
Okay.
mean. But
Okay.
but like good man, amazing fighter, got himself paid. He won the game of life. He won the game of life in mixed martial arts. He did it. He's like all this kind of. I'm not even talking shit. I'm low key talking shit, but like that. He's amazing. Um,
All right.
going back,
So
going back here, where I was going with that. Datslav's like strength schedule is higher, but
yes.
it's just he's fought tougher opponents. But man, like what you're saying about Impa, like what you're saying about Impa is very true. And Impa undefeated?
He's undefeated in the PFL.
Okay,
This
okay.
was his first
Impa is
season.
just like
2 seasons in
well,
the PFL. He's 6-0.
I think like in the season, like the opponents, like it's a higher quality of opponent that people perceive because it's just most cases there's a lack of name brand recognition
Sure.
as
Of
far as
course.
players go, but
I think
Impa's just
Impa
looked
wins.
Impa, yeah, I do too. Impa's just looked really good in this tournament,
Yes.
and I feel like as a fighter, Impa's just really hitting his stride.
He is. He's young. He's 30. He's in his prime. I
Yeah,
love his pacing. I love his endurance. I think, he could end up winning by decision. I don't know that he'll be able to get a finish here, but I definitely think that he comes out victorious.
I agree. I agree.
Okay. So the other fight of the night that we are looking forward to, this is gonna be a barn burner, another good one. Dakota Decheva
Hot
versus
girl.
Talia Santos. And we've been waiting for this one. We've been waiting for this one. Dakota is a future star for the PFL. She's only 26 years old, 5'8", 125. She's 3-0 on the year. So it's going to be interesting to see. And Talia, I believe, yeah, she's also 3-0. She's had some tough battles. She's 31. So I mean, you're really seeing some young talent
Yeah.
in the PFL. She's
So
Brazilian,
yeah,
and she's 5'6",
she
and
was
she's
a
23,
she
22
she
and 3 overall.
she was a big. She was like one of the PFL's big free agent signings when
Yes.
they signed her away from the UFC.
Yes. But I mean, you don't typically like the English fighters, from what I know.
Yeah, you're right, but Dakota's just different.
I know. I like Dakota too. I think Dakota
Dakota
is a different breed.
So, like, first thing I'll say is I. We'll talk about the main event in a bit, but I feel like this fight should have been the main event.
It very easily could have been. It very easily could have been. I don't particularly like who they chose for the main event.
Well, we'll get into that later. I'll
I
talk
don't
a
know
little bit
why they
about
went with
that.
the featherweights, but
Well, I mean, I know why they did it. We'll get to that later.
okay.
We'll circle back there, but Dakota Cheva, it factor for days, and the fighting chops to go with it. Like,
Okay.
she's beautiful. She's
Yes.
compelling. She
Yes. She's
can fight
polarizing. I agree.
her. I would say she's polarizing. She's just inviting. Like, people love her.
They
They
do.
love
They do love
her.
her. Yes, she
People
does.
love her. She is, dude, she got great personality. She speaks her mind. She's extremely articulate. She's beautiful. And god damn, ew, and like going with it, her brother's her trainer. She's like both hot and she's got a wholesome aspect to her. But
Yes. She looks like the
god,
girl next door. I
damn,
agree with you.
god damn, that lady, that woman, she can fight her ass off.
Yes. Yes.
She's a
She's torn
dude.
through
She's
everyone.
amazing.
She's
Like,
torn through everyone.
so, like, she's good at jujitsu, but like, she just uses get up. She's such a superlative striker. I forget the name of her last opponent, but her last opponent looked lost in there. Like, Dakota was just picking apart. Her striking is
Yeah,
so
she
good.
fought Bishop. She
So,
fought Bishop, who you like. You
yeah,
liked Melissa Bishop, I think her name was. That you liked her.
like,
But
not like I like Talia though.
no.
Not like I like Dakota rather. But
So Tyler, yeah, we got about 6 minutes left. I want to have time for the main event. What do you think
all right,
here?
Dakota Shava by knockout, second round.
I think Dakota Dacheva as well. I think she just overwhelms Talia, and it's gonna be
The one thing I will say
it's gonna
though,
be quick work. I don't
I
think it's
thi-
gonna go the distance.
I'm taking. I will. That's my official prediction. But I will say, I will not be surprised if this fight goes the distance. Like, I think one thing is happening with Dakota getting all this attention is people
Yeah,
overlooking Talia.
yeah, she
Talia's
could.
she's a top 10 fighter in the UFC flyweight division.
Correct.
She's a
Correct.
bad B. That
Correct.
girl can fight. Like, I will not be surprised if this is a dog fight.
It will be. It will be. I see it going to a decision or Dakota getting a finish with a knockout, to be honest.
Yeah.
But now we turn to the main event. It is an interesting choice for the main event. It's the featherweight. It's with 34-year-old Brendan Loughnane. He's 30-5. He's had a great record. He's 3-0 on the year. He's a former PFL champion. He won it in 2022. Last season, he did not fare well. He was 1-1 and out of the tournament. But he rebounded to go 3-0 for this year. And then he is against our guy, Timur. I don't know how to say his last name, but he is Russian. Yeah.
Kizriv.
He's the spinning back fist guy, isn't he?
Kizriv.
Yeah. Was he the spinning back fist guy?
I am
Or
not.
was that you? No, that was UFC. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hold on. You're thinking about Shower Bullet.
They hit the double spinning back.
Yeah, that's
the greatest thing ever.
That's Shower Bullet.
That's going to be the knockout of the year for sure.
Yeah,
But
that was by Shower Bullet.
So I first of all, Timur is undefeated. Loughnane, I mean, he is undefeated, but he's 30-5 overall. He was 1-1 last year. I think it could be a good fight. I don't think it should have been the main event. And you seem to have some insight as to why it was chosen as the main event. And what are your thoughts?
So Brendan Laughlin, he's a long time PFL vet. Just
Okay. Yes, he is.
looking at
Yep.
his record, he's been in the PFL since
2021.
yeah. He's a alum of the Ultimate Fighter, an alum of Dana White's Contender Series.
Okay.
He's one of the guys
He's
that
been around the block.
He won his fight on Dana White's Contender Series and didn't get a contract. So he won on Contender Series and didn't get a contract.
Has that happened before?
Oh yeah. Oh, that happens all the time.
It does?
Well, he won by decision on Dana White's Contender Series. I don't know how the fight went, but he's one of those guys that's been with PFL forever. He's built his name up in the PFL. He's a PFL guy. Also,
yeah.
He's British. He's British.
Yeah, but you don't like the British.
They love marketing the British fighters.
They do. They have a lot of them.
Like,
they have a lot of them.
He's just like, he's almost a homegrown PFL guy.
He is. He's a homegrown talent. I agree.
And he's British. So that's a big reason why the PFL is
put him in the main event.
And like, Dakota's still young. I think they kind of have the feeling that they're just not sure if Dakota can carry all that right now. She's young. When you're the main event, you have to hype a fight.
I agree. I agree with that. Yes.
I personally think they should have rolled the dice and let Dakota headline.
I wouldn't have let Dakota headline. I would have gone with Musav and Umalatov because they're both undefeated.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. Okay.
They have no name. They have no brand or name recognition. Dakota, on the other hand, has the potential to be a giant star. And when you look at Laughlin, while he's been a PFL guy, good-looking dude, not a whole lot of personality, but he's British, so he wins, he talks. Girls will be like, "Aw," but I don't know. I'm not gonna talk shit, but I really think that PFL dropped the ball a little bit, not putting Dakota in the main event.
All right, so give us your pick here.
For Dakota?
No, we already picked Dakota. For Timur, for the main event, Laughlin and Timur.
That is
Timur 17-0. Laughlin is 30-5. And Laughlin was the 2022 PFL champion.
Like biggest name now you know what? Let's go Laughlin. Higher level of competition.
Wow. Okay.
Well,
for the featherweight championship.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me put it in perspective.
You got 2 minutes.
3-0 in the season. Win over Pedro Carvalho.
Yep.
Going back. Wins over Marlon Marias. Win over Bubba Jenkins. Win over Chris Wade. Like he's got close loss to Pat Healy. Like his losses aren't bad. He's got bigger wins.
Okay.
I'm going Laughlin.
All right. I'm going with Timur. I just think he's going to knock the crap out of Laughlin, and I don't like the English. So. But Tyler, another excellent show.
Thank you.
Wish you safe travels to Oklahoma.
Thank you.
Yeah, safe travels. We'll do a recap show sometime next week. I look forward to that. Again, my co-host, Tyler King, my Robin to my Batman.
No, the Batman to you, Robin.
I know. All he does, he trains, he teaches class, and he just pounds that ass. He's either beating it or pounding it. That's all he does. I am the best podcast radio host in the universe, Steve Cully. This has been on 97.9 Unity Radio. the MMA report. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges and throw them back at life.
Crown Sports Entertainment, right? Take
Crown Sports
cinema.